Yeah, but you just said earlier that a lot of men cheat just because it's an action, not because there's anything wrong.
So, and that's the physical is the action. Did you get it?
But there's an emotional part of it that made you.
If it's a serial, or if it's somebody that you keep
like
getting
an affair or whatever, there'll be
Yeah,
an emotional part.
an affair is definitely an emotional. But both of you just said earlier that men can just have sex with someone. It's just an action. So there's 100%. Not. It's not necessarily because there is also that thing that a lot of men cheat and there's nothing wrong at home. They're in a perfectly great
can cheat as well.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm trying to say about the model. The model that we're working with, I don't believe is working.
Okay.
Like the model of relationships.
Explain the model that we're working with.
The model of relationships of being just a normal, go off into the sunset, man, woman, 2.4 children. The model that we've been sold is not working, and the statistics show that the model ain't working. Now that's not to say there aren't monogamous relationships that can work. Yeah. But I'm saying the model, the stats show how if you were to ask all of your girlfriends, how many of them have been cheated on? How many would you say?
Majority.
Yeah. Right. So that means, that's not saying the majority of men cheat, but that's saying it's happening. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? So the model ain't working. But so when do we get to the point when we say, do you know what? Let's sit down and have a conversation. Like, I'm a man, you're a woman, cool. There's a high probability that I'm probably gonna want to have sex with another woman at some point in time in this relationship. Don't mean I don't love you. How viable is that?
And when you...
How viable is it?
So then doesn't that just become a polygamy then?
No, not necessarily. You have to tailor make your own relationship. I've always said to people they have to tailor make their own relationship.
Yeah, that's one thing I do agree. I do believe that
I'll third that.
Yeah, I think a lot of relationships nowadays we've been sold like this is what a relationship should be.
Exactly.
And we're not actually saying, okay, like you said, this is what works for me actually. I don't mind. You might get, okay, I'm happy for you to get a pass every 12 months or every 14 months, you can like, or whatever, or every 2 years or whatever. But I think that's because it's linked to women not understanding that men can just have sex and it's just sex. But we're never going to understand that because we're not built like that. So then how does this work?
Oh, the conversations that I don't think men and women, a lot of men and women aren't ready to have is saying, listen, babes, I love you, yeah? But hear what? We're in our 30s now, and if we're going to be together, we're going to be together forever until we're like 84. That's like 50 years. And in that 50 years, your vagina is the only vagina that I can see. Right. I don't know how possible that is. I'm not saying it isn't possible. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's a tough conversation to have. Like, I can say, listen, I love you, yeah? And I want to be with you and I want to build this life. But for me to think, are you the only woman that I'm ever going to be for the next 50 years of my life? I don't know how realistic that is. But that's just not a conversation that many people are really willing to have. This is the thing. You can be in a committed relationship. Yeah, a committed relationship doesn't mean a monogamous one, right? So if we look at the stats for marriage, right? Half of marriages fail. That's 50% of marriages, yeah? Of that 50%, 80% of divorces are initiated by women, right? So half of marriages fail, and it's like this. If I said to you, Zizi, you're gonna go on holiday, the best holiday destination that you've ever been on is all expenses paid. You get on the plane, but you've got a 50% chance of getting to that destination. Are you going on the plane?
No.
Why not?
Because there's a 50% chance that I'm not going to get on
it's
it.
It's a 50% chance.
Yeah, but that's too risky for me.
Right, but I'm saying, this is what monogamous relationships are like. They're 50-50. And the thing is, people are not willing to have the conversation to say, you know what, boom, I love you, yeah, but can we just work something? Let's work something out between us that we can be happy with.
So wait, as it stands, who according to stats, I'm aware that men cheat more than women. It's not by like a landslide. It's
not by that much, no.
Yeah, but as it stands, men cheat more than women. Okay, and
but we have to understand, it's also admittance.
Okay, cool, yeah.
People that would admit to saying, yeah, I've cheated.
So do you believe that men are supposed to be one woman?
I believe there are men that can be with one woman.
And what type of man do you think is with one woman?
I don't know. I don't know. But there are men that, I mean, my uncles, I've got like, do you know what I mean? I know people that are with one woman, but I also know men that are with one woman, but every now and again they might step out. I know more men like that than I do men that are just committed to one woman.
So Rich,